Mutegeri magita jara maingi kagita karia withaira no guchwa ngugi nthigurune chiome kwina mathina ja maingi jaria muntu ethairwa agikurukira ende thirikari ya Kenya yeja na Mubango Jwa Kazi Majuu nikenda gutigira muyuthi na kinya muntu wonde mukenya wonde kethira na kwenda kurita ngugi ome ya Kenya thirikari gatigira ni kumutethereria uria kubati nikenda bethirwa bakiona ngugi iji na nikyo gitumi ntuko ya narua turi na PS ROSELINE NJOGU wa mantu jegie State Department for Diaspora Affairs nikenda ethirwa agitutariria mantu nkuruki nyaki kwethirite kuri na scandal ira yethirwe ikiumira na ndenda kukinyirira au nikenda withirwa ukimenya ni mbio yongwa ira tukethirwa tukiariria. Karibu sana kwenye studio zetu za Weru TV.
Asante sana. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Kethia Mutegeri tukiambiria rwaria rwetu.
Aya, sawa. Thank you. Mtogate. Hello viewers. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Weru TV tukiaria manto Jwa Kazi Majuu na manto Jwa diaspora broadly speaking. Yes indeed.
So Kazi Majuu ni mubango jwa thirikari.
Yes.
Jwejire gitumi niki ino ntuguti na ngugi nthigurune ya Kenya kana ni atia?
Kazi Majuu i mubango jwa thirikari out of 3 main plans. As you know, in a very large population ya youth. And with the kind of size of youth that we have, thirikari ethirwa lazima ethithie plan ya guchwa ngugi na twathithia 3 plans or plan yetu ina mpangi ithatu. Kazi kwa ground, kazi kwa mtandao na Kazi Majuu. Kazi kwa ground, kazi kwa mtandao na Kazi Majuu. Kazi kwa ground ingugire chithachi Kenya. Jai program nande affordable housing area andikite hundreds of thousands of people where bakithia different kinds of work. Where mafundi, bare carpenters, masons, architects, mawakili and so on. And that is kazi kwa ground. The second plan kana rwangirwa ijere I kazi kwa mtandao. Jobs, digital jobs or digitally enabled jobs. Joka igwanto baki I'm working off-site, kana I am telecommuting, kana we as a content creator, kana we accountant, na ugita iranguge, maybe a company that is in Germany, kana in Estonia or something like that. The third one, and then our department is very, very involved, kana niyo tuedara tutongeretie Kazi Majuu. Kazi Majuu nande ngugi antu beta ngugi nthigurune ciao megwita ngugi. So you move from Kenya, you go and work in another country, let's say Qatar or Saudi Arabia or the UK and so on. And the Kazi Majuu kana diaspora jobs icho kwenda kwariria sana narua. But okuigwa tuna it's a 3-pronged strategy. And only one prong is Kazi Majuu. And the Kazi Majuu ni kwethirwa this government ikionaga for many years successive governments chitora kuga tutapatia watu kazi. Kana this government is going to create 500,000 jobs. But tutemba kuchitara. But serikali ya William Ruto yeuga we are going to have a plan and this is what the plan is going to be. Kazi kwa ground tokachwira nto ngugi aja as a priority. Nto when people work at home then you can develop home, people can stay with their families and so on. And that is why the biggest priority has always been kazi kwa ground. Nande ngukwira about affordable housing, we've been hiring teachers for example and that kind of thing. Kazi kwa mtandao has also grown. Nande Kazi Majuu as the third prong of that strategy that I spoke about. Kwa ikuga nande because we have a very youthful population. And I think you know there are about 1 million people, 1 million young people every year. Bakwambiria guchwa ngugi ethura kuthiria standard 8 kana form 4 kana thiria college kana university every year. 1 million Kenyans, young people, in the job market, our economy is growing, but it is not growing at that rate. And so we have a very youthful population. Ndegoro yetu ethero in a median age of 19. That means if you were to stand all Kenyans up in a line, based on their ages, the halfway point is 19. And then the rest of us were over 19 on the other side. We are a very, very youthful population. By comparison, Germany, median age is 44. kope na antu baba inge bakuru na tutu a lot of children and a lot of young people so it is imperative kethra eu new demographics chia Kenya shikari you must find opportunities for people so you find the opportunities naja Kenya you find the opportunities online which is global because you can be sitting here rea o mero ugita nguge tukere Estonia kana Australia kana anywhere but the third one is kwethura nande anto bagichwa gairwa nguge ntegurucia ome nambuge part of the reason we do that kwethura the talent in Kenya is fantastic everywhere I go naindioroka sana ntoini pia so Majuu everywhere I go ntora kwirwa Kenyans are very hardworking wamejituma wanafanya kazi kwa nguvu neitingoge wachapa kazi Kenyans are they are on the hustle and because of that people are looking for our talent everywhere narwa nkima Nairobi thai to sign an agreement with a Canadian company a trainer some Kenyans to do some support work or some healthcare program for Canadians who have disabilities because they are looking for that talent so we happen to be in a place where the world is looking for our talent and we have that talent so it is a fantastic problem to have
nikumirite kuri na akenya baguchwa ngugi iji gukurukira thirikari bagaikua thigurune ya Russia gukethirwa ni bagutrainwa no mantu jege jeshi na nande bagaikua in the front line ya thaizi kwina andu ya Ukraine no ithiro kiarire onto bukethira yuma
let me that unkabwera kinagaubaga as they say program ya thirikari ya guchwira ngugi itherwa you can think of it in two ways imwe kwira ngugi thirikari batutingwa State Department for Diaspora Affairs twithera twino ngugi yu na tukeza tukachi advertise on our websites tukauga we are helping a government of such and such a country to recruit okay kana tukauga we are so and so is hiring and the details are here but the larger part there were private recruiters na kendo menya if there is a proper private recruiter you have to check the National Employment Authority website but let me be clear the government of Kenya sisi kama serikali we are not recruiting at all for Russia we are not recruiting at all for Ukraine in fact ndioroke tendegoro mzima nkira Kenyans you cannot take a job in Russia wetite kutonya somebody else's war kana Ukraine but Kenyans are
we are Kenyans.
You're Kenyans and you can be very difficult. Let me just be very honest. Please, you cannot go away. How do you, as you're a journalist, this is your training. Then ukoganande maisha iza kumbumira mero. Wacha niende nikawane what is going on in Russia. You pack your bag, you go, you join a war that is not yours. Or you even tell people you're going somewhere else. You tell your family you're going somewhere else. After 3 months, ukambiria gotomera your family photos of you in army fatigues. And then now everybody becomes very distressed and comes to the State Department for Diaspora Affairs for us to try and rescue you. Can you see how Kenyans are you're not doing the right thing? Unajingiza kwa shida. When you're in there, now you come running to look for the government. Endi ogeta, utegotoirete.
So gotea Kenya buru baguita bari mustari ne tuambere kiri.
Bariku. Be Russia. Abe Ukraine nunto
ende gutena njare thirikari
gutena njare thirikari ko baiki yau njare thirikari nande turerwa please extract us please repatriate us mantu ja kwamba kuthithia atia mantu ja kwamba kuya that is the time now that people are coming to the government and saying please evacuate us, repatriate us. And even as we speak to Kenyans and we say do not do this, do not put yourself in danger, do not take up jobs in armies. If you look at some of the people you interview and you put their videos on social media just to sensitize Kenyans not to do this. Okay, jakutonya ke comment section. Okonora Kenyans bakuga mi wacha nikajaribu bahati yangu. So there is a bit of a lack of seriousness by some people. So that is number one. The second one I'd like to address while we are on that is Tutura kwera Kenyans, if you're going to go looking for a job, as the government, when we were making the program Jwa Kazi Majuu, to a very clear plan, these are the various stakeholders. These are the licensed recruitment agents. If there is a message every time I am on TV or on radio, licensed recruitment agents no kabediri on the NEA website. But who are Kenyans?
Yeah.
They will not check who is a licensed recruitment agent. I'll give you an ongoing problem I'm handling now. Kwa Kenya ba traffic itwe by Myanmar through Thailand, Abangebe Cambodia. You've even carried in the news sometimes. There's some people who've been trafficked to these countries. Now, gote even one licensed recruitment company, ikayanto Thailand, ikayanto Cambodia, kana ikayanto Myanmar.
So nande buko deal.
All of these people when we finally, now you've been caught, you're in a scam compound, you're being tortured, you finally reach out to us and you say, please rescue us. We ask, how did you get here?
Yes.
What is the name of your agency so that we can deal with the agency? My agent is called Nkatha. Right? So we start looking for these people on the streets and so on.
Yeah.
So, but we have told Kenyans time and time again, if you're going to go abroad, use a licensed agent, and here is the list of licensed agents. It is on neims.go.ke. But it is imperative for Kenyans that when we put the guardrails, this is the straight and narrow walking net so that you can be protected. Now where you want to use the back door.
Na ndio renda kumaanisha thirikari kuremwa kudeal na baba bati licensed kana ni ate?
No, that is not what I'm saying. Ndiuga atiri. Ogwenkeza gukwira wena diabetes. Tika kunywa Fanta na kunywa sukari na kuria mukate. See, you have understood. You have diabetes. I tell you, stop taking these things. Ogwe sawa sawa. But in your pocket, you have peremende. In your pocket, you have these things. Even if I come and take away all the sugar from the kitchen, and I take away mikate, in your pocket.
Yeah.
There is nothing we can do about that. So you have to be at the forefront of your own security. We are dealing with the people we catch. Those ones, we have had a number of prosecutions. Because sometimes the government is not doing anything. I'm very surprised. Toka investigations. We have a number of people currently who have been arraigned in court. We have investigations that are going on. So all of these are things that are going on. Very recently, there was even a person who sued privately the agent who took them there, na court a very serious judgment. So there are things that are happening. But we need Kenyans to know that security begins with them.
Yeah.
You cannot say, let me go and see what is happening in Thailand.
Greener pastures, you know?
You will find that those pastures, they are neither green nor are they pastures. Yes. So people have to take responsibility for themselves. So what am I saying? Kazi Majuu is a good program. Kazi Majuu is a program that the government has created. Kendatua youth and young people opportunities in Kenya, online and abroad. Kazi Majuu is not human trafficking. Kazi Majuu is not taking people to war.
Yeah.
But there are some bad actors, some human traffickers who are doing Kazi Majuu, and under that, what are they doing? They're trafficking people.
Yes.
We are dealing with them. But the biggest success factor to dealing with that is actually Kenyans themselves. Or as a job seeker, if you do the right thing, you will not fall. You will not fall prey. If you do the right thing, you will, because we have systems that check all the way to the airport to make sure if you are in our safety path, you will be fine.
All right. Kuri na scandal ira yumirite kagitene gaka kwambiriria au gategatene ka 2025 mwankira aza turi 2026 gukurukira cabinet secretary Alfred Mutua na ugite akenya bachiandikithie nikenda baikua ngugene uchiaome na akenya bainge bethira bakirita mbecha kwibo baitite almost like 55,000 Kenya shillings na nandi ontobo butakarika ugebwa kwiburiku.
If you're going to work with a recruitment agent,
number one with THIRIKARI.
Yes, number one is the THIRIKARI yongwa as a government but tutina nguge tukuezana. Now when we have opportunities inkwere tuchilista on our website. But sometimes we work with private recruitment agents. Tukakwera, we have maybe these 20 agents have jobs in different countries. But as a government, tukavivia a forum where we tell people come for a job fair. We go about these job opportunities. But nande, it is these private actors who do what? Who are telling you there's a job here, kuja, pay this, and so on and so forth. What the government did, mantuja go karikan. Na kwetho kwe ntobarete mbia, bate ko thithia borea, bate ko batereta, bamoe bajoketia small loan here and there. The government set up a task force. Area ekara NSSF building, where if you have paid some money, kenda agent akuikia somewhere. Na agent ekera mbesha siya kumoko, atera kuikia anywhere, you can come in and report, and then rapidly you get results. Okay, because those are licensed agents, we are able to deal with them. Yeah. But you know, there are also very many agents. Truthfully, I have not followed it up to know whether everybody who has reported has gotten their money back, or whether they have traveled, or whether they have been told wait a little bit, we can travel within some time, and so on. And to that one, it is not something that the State Department for Diaspora Affairs has been controlling. It's been happening at our sister department at Labour.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kuri na akenya baingi toria wethro kiuga kuri na agencies inya ichauma ira chibaikagia guchwa ngugi nthiguru ni uchiome kuri na katal na nthiguru ni ingi kuri na caregiving, kuri na security and all that. But nande kugatwika mbuganya antwara etagwita ngugi iji ni aguteswa na ta thirikari ikinyairaga mwanka kugatwika at least muntu ujo akumaru kwa kuma nthiguru neje akwiza Kenya ethiria baingi kuri na video si nyingi chithiruka mitandaone mtu nyachethetie akumantu kende nyaitwa nthiguru neteu.
So that's a good question, and that one I can answer very well into my department. This is our job. That's when an entire division at Diaspora Affairs, it's our welfare.
Yeah.
But badila na mantuja anybody who is in distress. Now let me tell you this. When I took office in December of 2022, urengetonya social media at that time. Kwarena agukua Saudi Arabia, agukua Saudi Arabia, this, that, the other. And even though you're saying Tonya social media, you still see a bit, you will confirm the cases have gone down significantly. To tigawa those stories as they used to be. That's why there are a number of things. But to answer your question more directly, mtu akethroena distress, they contact us. Na tuena 24-hour response center at Diaspora Affairs. 24-hour response center. You can call us on WhatsApp. You can call the regular line. You can email. You can reach us on social media. Okay, and then we are able to swing into action. Nande, at that point, it is usually important to give us as much detail as you can. My name is so-and-so. This is a copy of my contract. This is a copy of my passport. This is what is happening. Embassy is able to intervene very closely. And what embassy does not catch, then but here in Nairobi, in Nairobi, the State Department is able to catch. And we have a big team that works on these things. The issues are very emotive. Because I mean, what do you do when it's, you know, your sister or somewhere and so on and so forth. So we usually intervene and very, very quickly. In the last 3 years, to Choket from abroad, 5,200 people who have been in different kinds of distress. In countries that have war, like Sudan, Lebanon, DRC, and so on. So that we've done Israel, we've done those kinds of evacuations. Somewhere, you know, things have gone wrong. So we rescue those kinds of distressed people. We've done rescues of people where, let's even say you're a student. Okudomera Canada, okajua kana like a psychotic break. That's also a challenge that we see. One of the ones that touch my heart is we've had some women Benchera. Then mtu akae wa mwana. so nande tuke wabungerwe when you're pregnant. Ukaya wa mwana. Na most of those prisons, but they don't allow you kukarana mwana more than 18 months. So when these children turn 18 months, ntoma an officer ageta akatogerera mwana wetu akareta akajukwa ni ujowe or whoever. So it's those are some of the good days when you get to do something exciting like that. So we do those kinds of evacuations. The government has that. We have beefed up our embassies, especially in places like Saudi Arabia. And in Saudi Arabia, we even have a consulate in Jeddah, which we did not used to have. It's a few months old now. So we have more support in different parts of the country. Department, State Department for Diaspora Affairs is now 3 years old. And it was created to respond to those issues you're raising. How do we better support Kenyans who are abroad? GUCUIRA matuja 24-hour response center. Ito thitha ya mobile consular services. So in some places where you don't have an embassy, kana embassy kedwe kuraja? Tuikaya services like very soon we are rolling out services in Spain. I think we've had one just earlier this year in the US, na tutorea kuchidi in different places in Jamaica, in Yemen. Everywhere we have Kenyans, so that we bring the services bukadidherua ID, passport, whatever you have lost. You probably even read on the news some time ago to a big DNA project in Saudi Arabia so that we could help some children who had been born without documentation. So these are some of the interventions that we do. But you might also know that we also help people bring the bodies of their families in case somebody dies and the family is not really able to repatriate. I am boring
athaire mtu mwendo wa wakwira ndigurune yuchiaome na nja ezi tukumba ureta mwiri jwa mwendo uria wao kana kaire kwatigirira nyambuga mbeche wite kungana bate kumenyenya mutaratara ijuriku labda hata huyu mtu alienda bila hata kuambia familia ko kuigwa mtu wenu netire nona nande agukwa.
It's very distressing, let me tell you. It's very distressing. Sometimes antobaiga wa this story bakamba kureka go accept ntobapo boethogania mtu wenu na Nairobi na netire Lebanon 3 years ago kutora kuke Nairobi are or something like that. So we've had some of those challenges. Na to the area, a lot of counseling. We have a counseling department that does a lot of counseling of our diaspora abroad, Nadimo, na counseling the families. And the families jitora coming to our offices, kuga, can you tell us dada yetu ako wapi? So when that happens, the first thing you need to do when your loved one passes away, when they're abroad, we go contact the embassy of our embassy in that country. So if somebody dies in Kuwait, then in Kuwait City we have an embassy, for example. You contact that embassy. If you're not able to contact that embassy, you can contact us at the State Department for Diaspora Affairs. When you contact us, we quickly give you what you need, what documents you need. And if you're bringing the body home, there's some documentation that is required and so on. We give you that. At that time, many families will also say, please to Saidiana, financial support. Now, I'll tell you that we're also seeing a lot of families willing to bury their people where they die, which is a good thing. It is very expensive, It is very, very expensive, and sometimes it takes quite a long time. So we constantly appeal to families, if your loved one dies abroad, and you can bury them abroad, please bury them abroad. Because then it is much cheaper for everybody. And you know, all communities, and I know it's a very hard thing for many people to hear, but all communities have a custom for dealing with death without a body. Inyake ya Meru na other communities, mtu akeza gukwira kuraja na tutina mwere anto ibadika ambio mutindi jweriku. They bury that to represent the person who has gone. So we are trying to get families to accept this. It is a bit tough, especially in some cultures, in some parts of this country where people must bring the body and mourn for a long time. So what we do then is, if the family is not able to raise the funds, we sometimes, on a case-by-case basis, support. So the family raises a little bit of the money, we raise a little bit of the money. In many cases, especially for people who die in the Middle East, if they're on their contract, the employer pays for the repatriation of the body. We are also asking diaspora to take out insurance. With just insurance for a few thousand shillings a year, like 5,000 shillings or 3,000 shillings a year. If you die in Botswana, they will bring...
Botswana, turirwa tungangane twari Kimiru kidogo.
Wakwira Botswana. Na nengo practice it Kimeru yako. Okay. So wakwira Botswana insurance ikarea ikareta mwiri jwa kuhuku. So in our diaspora in Botswana, for example, ntareta mwiri kinyajumwe kuma Botswana in the 3 years. Nuntobe bena insurance yao, bachibangete very well. Mtoto akwira Botswana mwiri jureta wa mwanka huko. So tukakara diaspora na families cha diaspora bajokia this kind of insurance. So this is something that we do.
Yes. Itokurua bioria rutererwa Facebook. Turiorua wanaenda uko aji bila idhini ya serikali. That is one.
Wapi? Ya wamekuwa trafficked.
The problem is the commission. You are told to pay, ask PS which job are available, but not paying commission.
Those are good questions. Okay. And then the first one, ati antu bakukoroka na thirikari tukomenya inkwirege mantoja diabetes na mtu akenda kuria sukari ria reja kethra wetete as a migrant worker kethra wetete gwitangugi whether in a workers visa kana work permit and a visa kwithere very clear you're going for employment na tukimenya eu niongo gewetete kuthithia tukuthitharia pre departure training online na kwithere na clearance uthitherwa online okuma to get JKIA ukima airport whether wina a barcode ikona nie ugo no thithetie everything and you're cleared to leave. But and this is some of the things Kenyans bathithaia anto thingata process ya gwetana work visa ukakambite na tourist visa. Anto when and wetete ugete mbete gwitanguke ya customer care in Thailand endo tena workers visa wenambio tourist visa kinya obukete hotel kenda wananio kenda omba gukoroka obukete fake hotel oka book fake itinerary wakinya ke immigration officer okoga mbetete Thailand mbetete for
holiday.
2 weeks holiday ngakara Bangkok afu mbete Phuket 1 week ndeje na ndio kairania
no gatwika cleared no
how do we help you?
Okay.
When you're committed to a certain path. Ko onu pamboba kodivia mangeba antoba bamoba kauga mbetete Ethiopia. Mbete Ethiopia you don't even need a visa. Mbete Ethiopia na naima ugata na Ethiopia ya boys kuma Nairobi monka Addis Ababa nande kuma Addis Ababa ugata monka na leo kodithia to go chiki to Thailand. Nande otikuona ikyankuga you are the biggest defense. Ogwa kenda ku participate ku chismago is nothing the government can do. Uninkwenda kueleza. Na ikieto mitutura tukesisitiza time and again. Our biggest security mtu wengwa kuimenyera security yawe wengwa. Batu inya tukakarau na nije Kenya tukameinga. Antu bakaumira Uganda. Anto mere bode moyale
bacho atunjira cha kumaruka
so nande that is so anto nande anto padithiate they take responsibility for themselves nunto nande nanto Thailand ngogeria ko bareta bamwenda bereto baite the last time pamba kureka kuma so now we have these problems.
Okay,
so that is your first question.
The second one
ngogireko chire available Nande on our website www.diaspora.go.ke from time to time ito listangu kira tunashio. At the moment I am looking at my team and talking about any open opportunities. Endi tutura ko list opportunities ira THIRIKARI yongwa eco recruit through the Diaspora Placement Agency. Toka chika on the diaspora.go.ke. Now on our social media toka recruit Rimo for this particular country to recruit this and the other. Kwa mtu akarea kitega that website. Now ngogere ingechireo naricha private recruitment agencies which are licensed. On the NEA website, ims.go.ke ngwerekera bukatwekera kanyomera ka buketa the scroll bar ims.go.ke on that website womba kuona ngugire shio on the private recruiters benambio benashio but let me tell you where I also see jobs inyinge mbona anto bage circulate ko WhatsApp ka flyer ko I'm recruiting drivers for Qatar uko na ka post on WhatsApp I'm recruiting anga mechanics for Saudi Arabia. The important thing okeza kuona ngugeja eu you go check on the NEA website to confirm ngugewe kedwa nema kanetio. But importantly, if you don't check on NEA, batu gatu SMS Kazi Majuu at diaspora.go.ke gatu email Kazi Majuu at diaspora.go.ke tukakwera every diaspora job if it is legit or not. Tukwera ngugewe reo kana mchezo.
Anko uria biuria vire mbere tuthirikiria kiuria kia second last.
Yes.
Kwina bobetaga nthigurune uchaome ukaigua case ya drug trafficking na bagatwirwa bene u bare rutereru kwina case imwe twigitwe last year na antu banja baumira u tutetherie yani assistance so that kibungo kiu kenyie kana mtu weze na Kenya and all that na tabotigairaga at least nthiguru ya Kenya egutonyera nuntu uji mukenyo ino nyakethira kuthithia makosa
nandi
na kwini nyama kosa jange tibara ke drug trafficking kwina jange na jange.
That is a good question. But as government the first thing tutora kwira Kenyans weta nareo geta.
Yes.
You must obey the law of the land where you are. Nate sheria ya Kenya. Sheria ya nare weta tugena nde Vietnam.
Yes.
Kana America, kana South Korea, you obey the law of that land. Ore batu twenda foreigners bakinya naja bakadithiate.
Bakathingatira mawatho za Kenya.
Mawatho zetu. Nande weta nare ukadithia an offense.
Okay.
Under the Vienna Convention, batwe as a Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs twetekeritwe kuthithia kintu gitwa consular services. Tukeza tukako visit nchera. Tukona are you being fed? Are your rights being observed? Ugwe nande are you okay according to the law? Tukeza no kugwa sad. But are you okay according to the law? Kedwa no gochwa wakili tutethara batu as government tutegochwa gaira wakili.
Okay.
Ende no twere family yaku na intora kwira our ambassadors. Family yaku twina wakili baba batano contact these ones. Family yaku ndega kurira ugwe wakili. Nande kwithira kuna program either wa transfer of prisoners or transfer of sentenced persons. We have a law in Kenya, transfer of sentenced persons, transfer of prisoners act. Yuga for Kenya, wetekeria mukenya au manthiguru eu aretwa naja mukenya mubungwa. Lazima tuwe na an agreement between nande batu na nthiguru eu enge na protocols jore akeza neza goko ekeza no yakabungwa na tukamwika committee ka tukamwika utuntu or somewhere like that. With some countries to that agreement, but a few countries. Many countries to that agreement.
Okay.
It is not always possible kureta mtu mwika nchera naja. But also depending on that country kwe offenses mtu atiomba kuthithiate ku transfer. So it's a fairly technical thing. But ore to thitha yenkwere consular services. Part of my budget ya department ya diaspora affairs ninya foreign affairs department. Part of our budget our diplomats baraba embassies actually gweta kuona mabusu betu in the different parts of in the different prisons where they might be. So that is what we do. Nande kukeja kwetha kwena very sensitive matter. Janande I think it was Nduta's matter from last year and Stephen Munyaho as well in Saudi Arabia. Sometimes it without karomba clemency.
Okay.
But it is not every day tutora ntunya tutokwanda other governments tutoraza kutoromba clemency into their own
issues,
people and elements who have done something wrong. But where it is a very serious matter, kana in Kenya, we on a case by case basis. Tomba gweta tukoga please mtojo, even though boku convict according to your law, boka mungera.
Okay.
Just give life
sentence
to clemency. So those are some of the things that we are able to do.
Yes. Mututigi Mwai Kibaki atendekithitie muno mantu ja ngugine uchaome. I know you are aware. Thirikari jitu nayo thaiji gekuremwa ku make sure gwe nthiguru ya Kenya iri na ngugi cha kungana mwanke kauga na ndia tugayo you know thairinya kwina tora ugire tukiambiria Akenya very talented very na yewa bibingi niki tukwenda utonga bubwetu bwa mathuganio and all that twikianthi gurune chiome tukuria nau Kenya ikara.
It's an excellent question. When Mwai Kibaki was the president, Guku, our demographics were a little different. In fact, part of the blessing and the curse we are enjoying in the Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki no amberia free primary education na free secondary education. Nande tuna very educated youthful population into that free primary and free secondary education. So that is the blessing that we've reaped from Mwai Kibaki's time. But we're also living in different times. Ejere atuita from a very different setup economically. Toma from the 24 years of the Moi rule to a bit of opening and the economy grew, you know, very, very quickly. And then our economy grew. Last year, I think it was 4.7% growth. And the growth that we are having in population and youthful population is much, much higher than that. So even if you build up businesses, even if you grow the economy, chitewetania at the same pace. So kwetho wena kazi majuu ora mbugere tukiamberia kwetho kwena kazi majuu te thirikari sarende te uganande we give up. This is a government with a plan. If thirikari in a guts to say we have a plan, and part of that plan iko chweranto nguge everywhere kwa sababu kazi ni kazi. What some other governments can do nuntubote kwenda kwerwa brain drain whatever is you just pretend this is not something, but were Kenyans going to look for work 5 years ago? Yes,
they were.
Not about the Saudi Arabia ringeza kwethiria kwena problem. Kazi Majuu was going on eteta Kazi Majuu and then to ibeta.
Yes.
Kentokera this administration ya William Ruto ethithete kugatere we are going to structure this thing, we are going to regulate this thing. Na baraba kwenda gweta tukaba facilitate. Tukaba tetheria na maybe youth fund baraba guchwa air ticket, tukaba air ticket, tukaba fast track passports, kenda kedro wetita guchwa nguge ome, you can get your passport quickly. But also let us make sure that they are safe when they go. So how do we do that? To negotiate agreements to new countries. Na like 2024 to negotiate na Germany, to negotiate na Austria. Kenda nande kwethera kwena new places for Kenyans to go. So kwethera wena Kazi Majuu program. That is not evidence of a government that is failing. That is evidence of a very serious government that is saying when opportunities when opportunities globally, when opportunities online. And we are preparing our citizens to be global citizens. Take up your place in the globe.
Fair enough. Wenye hawajafika high school kama sisi tunaweza pata kazi huko tafadhali?
It depends.
All right.
It depends on what is being looked for.
All right.
In some places, opportunities to go to a skill without necessarily having
high school
certificate. Now one of the things they take very seriously something called recognition of prior learning. Very many mechanics, for example. Tutora go beta kawaya. Or electrician to beta kawaya.
All right.
Nobody trained you, but you've taught yourself in the job. Nande when you get a recognition of prior learning certificate, okomba gotumira that certificate kuchwa nguge kadra Kenya or anywhere else. So there are many opportunities. Andire kwera mutegeri atire. The whole world is ours. The whole world is ours. Now we are global citizens. Wow, kazi ni kazi. Kadra wena nguge Kenya, fantastic. That is what we want. Okareaja, you make your money, you grow your economy. Kedron goge ku online, do it. You can work anywhere. Kedron goge ku imaju, we are here to support you. Chapa kazi, fanya remittance, take care of your family, You're a Kenyan, you're always a Kenyan.
Thank you very much, Bwana Beef PS. Isaiah Gitonga arekwira inyaga kutheka arekwira sikujua Roseline can speak Kimeru this fluently. Well done PS. Nyani ndeko nenkira 80%
kugeria.
Kugeria
no Kimeru inkije tutakithoma skuru.
Okay, ayo wewe.
Yes.
Ibwega sana. Thank you very much. Roseline ontubwa kuona kanya na kwiza na gutwaririria mantu ja maingi kwina biuria bibingi
kwe unkwenda kuga mbere mpingira Rojo Mary University of Science and Technology bako launch a major German language program in Kenya kairego support Kazi Majuu ntutoria ndanto ba Meru bathiviate bathome ke Germany kenda bomba go take up opportunities in Germany, Austria, Switzerland and other parts. So that is something for people to be looking out for.
Asante sana. Mutegeri oni ntiongera na ntitaura katende tugichemania kirinte turithingatirite ritwa ni Maureen Kinya.
Thank you.
AJ ni Wero TV.